People often ask about the use of gloves, straps, hooks and other devices. If you ask most people who deadlift, they will tell you it's better not to wear gloves. There are exceptions to this rule. One of the things about gloves, okay, is that they do protect the inside of your hand a little bit. You know, you're less likely to develop serious calluses and so on. And for example, if you live in Orkney like William and I, frankly, in the winter, the metal becomes painful to hold. It's just too cold, you know. So there are times when, frankly, you may want to wear gloves regardless. That said, it makes your whole palm a little thicker, which makes it harder to grip. Okay. Very often it is simply better to say, oh well, never mind, I'll develop a few calluses and grip raw, as it were. Some people, to enhance the grip, like to put on either powdered chalk or liquid chalk. That's a good idea. I sometimes put surgical spirit on my own hands, largely because when I'm doing massage work, I'm working with oils all the time, my calluses get very soft. So I put surgical spirit and so on just to toughen up the skin. Basically, you probably will develop a few calluses if you do a lot of deadlifting, but don't worry about it, it doesn't really show. Okay, that's the first thing. However, there does come a time when, in everyone's career, when your grip fails. Now, if you were taking up deadlift to enter a deadlift competition and they don't allow the use of any support equipment, then you just have to grin and bear it and develop a stronger grip, and that's all there is to it. There are exercises you can do that may help with that, but at the end of the day you've got to just learn to grip stronger. And probably the best way of doing that is deadlifting, quite frankly. However, if you're doing deadlift, as most runners would be, for example, simply as an extra training method, then frankly, why would you want to limit your lift simply because your grip isn't strong enough? Even if your grip is strong enough for doing full range deadlift, if you're going to do partials, there's a good chance that at some point your grip will give out. By default, at partial range, you would be lifting more weight than you can handle at full. Okay, if you then get into the realms of support equipment, which is not a bad thing, as I say, particularly if you're doing deadlift for other purposes than just entering a deadlift competition, probably the most commonly used piece of equipment is simply a strap. These come in pairs. I'll just show you one hand. This is padded. It does make it a bit more comfortable on the wrist. You slide it over the hand. The strap sits in the palm of the hand in a natural line. There are various ways of wrapping this, but essentially what they all come down to is wrapping it over the bar, putting it in the hand, and by one means or another being able to tighten it. As I say, you can wrap over, under, whichever works, as long as you can wrap the bar and tighten this. Now when I lift, I'm gripping the strap, and the strap takes some of the strain of the bar. Okay, a good piece of equipment. In a moment William will demonstrate the use of hooks. I don't happen to have a pair that I can fit on my hands here. But before we get on to that, one of the things that will solve a lot of grip issues is putting the bar in the right part of the hand in the first place. A lot of people mistakenly grip the bar far too high up. For example, like this. Say under the thumb or in the middle of the palm. They then try and curl the hand round there, and of course inevitably what happens with a heavy weight is the bar slides down the hand, pulling the hand open. Okay. It is better, in my opinion at least, to have the bar just below the fingers and to form a hook with the fingers. Now when you lift, the bar does not slide down the hand. It causes less callousing on the hands generally, and it forms a firm hook.